Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Making headlines this morning, a driver crashes a pickup into a house with 10 people inside. Happens overnight. Details coming up.
And California's largest wildfire has now leveled much of a downtown area and some surrounding homes in a small mountain community.
And outside with live cam, you like yesterday, probably going to get a close to a repeat today. However, there's a little shower or two out there. Dustin Horn's got that for you. Coming up. Good morning. It is Thursday, August 5th.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Yeah, we're looking forward to some rain because that keeps the temperatures down.
Well, I was talking. I looked over at him and I said, oh, there's like stuff on his radar. So I well, maybe it's not like yesterday.
A little more active. Just a little more active, guys. We've got showers and storms lining up from Eagle Pass over to Pleasanton, and some of this is pretty heavy. We're noticing some lightning strikes stretching from Crystal City area, Carrizo Springs north into parts of Zavala County. So we know that there's quite a bit of rain out there, and this is lifting north. Now, as far as San Antonio is concerned, we're not seeing any of this yet. There's a little closer look at that heavier rain, which is just east of Crystal City and Carrizo Springs. You see all the lightning strikes, so this is pretty electrical, again, moving north. As we look further north, Uvalde, you're in line for some rain. Brackettville, Del Rio seeing a little bit, and then we have a thunderstorm that's trying to work out of Atascosa County, moving towards Bexar County. We'll see if it makes it in. So far, the morning commute is dry. That could change a little bit once we see a few more of these showers. The best chance for heavy rain this morning, by the way, will be south and west of town, but we'll keep a close eye on the radar. Chances for rain will be there through the day, by the way. Temperature-wise, we're in the upper 70s, near 80. It's still fairly warm. In the forecast, we'll call for 60% chance of rain this morning, again, especially south and west of town, and then about a 50% shot through the afternoon. Temperatures stay in the 80s, as Steph mentioned. The rain and clouds help us out with these temperatures. That also changes by the weekend. We'll take another look at the radar coming up here in just a few minutes. Guys?
All right. Thank you, Justin. New this morning, San Antonio police say at least 10 people dodged a car crashing into their house late last night. It happened around 11 p.m. in the 400 block of Mount Vernon Court near South Cross on the city's south side. Police say a man was detained for suspicion of WWII after sideswiping a car and crashing into the house. A large family was in the home at the time, but nobody was in that room that the pickup crashed into. No one in the home was hurt. The driver was taken to the hospital.
Right now, the search is on for a suspect wanted in connection with hurting a Corpus Christi police officer. Jonathan Cotto joins us live with the details. So good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, David. That's right. We're talking about 20-year-old Joshua Powell, and police are hoping you can help them track him down. Police say Powell is 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighs about 150 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes. They tell us he has dreadlocks and tattoos on his left arm. Police are also searching for a green 1999 Buick Regal with Texas license plates CSC 1880. Anyone with information is asked to call police. The Department of Public Safety says that car is related to this case, and they believe the suspect is a threat to the public and other law enforcement officers. Now, Powell was last seen wearing a dark shirt, khaki pants, and police ask if you have any information that can lead to an arrest to call the Corpus Christi at the number on your screen. Reporting, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. This morning, a massive wildfire engulfing an entire town in Northern California. The image is just coming in from the town of Greenville, where much of that downtown is gone.
Weather conditions today are only going to get worse with heavy winds in the forecast. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
These scenes of utter devastation are emerging from a Northern California town where a wildfire destroyed everything in its path. Witnesses in Greenville say flames from the Dixie Fire have leveled the town. The town's sheriff's office, jail, library, stores, restaurants, and a hotel all reportedly burning to the ground. And this video showing home after home on fire, but this dollar store seemingly untouched. Local Congressman Doug LaMalfa getting emotional during a Facebook video with a large smoke plume visible in the background.
We lost Greenville tonight, and there's just not words for
The 3-week-old Dixie Fire is now the 8th largest fire in state history, destroying more than 278,000 acres. The Forest Service is calling this fire season a national crisis, fueled by extreme drought. 2021 is already outpacing last year, which was the most destructive fire season on record. Congressman LaMalfa saying something has to be done.
Now, us in government haven't been able to get the job done for you. We'll take up the fight even harder.
Andrew Dimber, ABC News, New York.
The Biden administration taking the first step towards requiring nearly all foreign visitors to the U.S. to be vaccinated for coronavirus. The requirement would come as part of the administration's phased approach to easing travel restrictions for foreign citizens to the country. No timeline has yet been determined. Eventually, all foreign citizens entering the country, with some limited exceptions, are expected to need to be vaccinated against COVID-19 if they want to come into the U.S.
A temporary emergency shelter is going up in McAllen for migrants taken there by U.S. Customs and Border Protection. It comes after overcrowding at the Catholic Charity Center and the mayor's Monday declaration of local disaster. Upwards of 1,900 migrants are being processed in McAllen. City officials also want the federal government to offer more relief to help with the large number of migrants being dropped off.
And a group of landlords and real estate companies are suing over the Biden administration's new eviction moratorium. Attorneys for the plaintiffs filed an emergency application last night calling the policy unlawful. On Tuesday, even Biden admitted it might not hold up in court. He says the idea is to delay evictions until people behind on rent can receive help. The Supreme Court upheld the CDC's original eviction moratorium, but then Justice Brett Kavanaugh said Congress would have to act in order to extend it.
And time now, about 4:36 and about 79 degrees out there.
Still coming up this morning, Spirit Airlines giving an update on when it'll be back on schedule following thousands of flight cancellations.
Also up next, the Spurs taking on the Jazz in the NBA Summer League. We're going to have some highlights next in Morning Sports.
And once again, outside with the live cam, pretty calm right now, but there's some thunderstorms around the area. Justin Horn's got that for you coming up in just a few minutes. You're watching Good Morning San Antonio. Former Spurs star LaMarcus Aldridge is considering a return to the NBA, unretiring if a team will give him medical clearance. That's according to ESPN. ESPN telling us that Aldridge is expected to have conversations with prospective teams in the coming weeks, but has yet to make a final decision on playing again. Aldridge abruptly retired with the Brooklyn Nets in April after experiencing an irregular heartbeat in a game against the Lakers on April the 10th. Aldridge had 3 episodes that we know of when he played for the Spurs, but they always cleared up and did not last throughout the game. After being benched this past season, Aldridge asked to have the remainder of the contract bought out. The Spurs complied, and on March 28th, he signed with the Nets, hoping for his first ever trip to the NBA Finals. Meanwhile, in Summer League, the Spurs taking on the other Jazz squad in Salt Lake City last night. The Spurs' 18-year-old draft pick Joshua Primo played pretty good. Scored 11 points, including 1 3, had 4 free throws. Devin Vassell led the way with the Spurs. He had 14 points, but San Antonio shot only 28% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Utah led by over 25 points. The Jazz win at 78-54. The Spurs have one more game in Utah. That'll be tomorrow, and then they will take on the Summer League foes in Las Vegas.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Prescott, one of 16 players left behind in California as the Cowboys boarded their charter to Canton, Ohio. Tonight, they're going to be meeting the Pittsburgh Steelers in the annual Hall of Fame game. Prescott, remember, suffered that setback in his shoulder injury a week ago where he felt pain in his throwing arm, and later an MRI detected a muscle strain. The setback coming after Prescott had spent the last 9 months working his way back onto the field following that injury of his football career in the week 5 of last season. Among the 16 not making the trip, there are 7 starters remaining in Oxnard that include tackle Tyron Smith, wide receiver Amari Cooper, and defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence. And Team USA is up at its medal count in track and field. The U.S. men searching for their first gold in these games to match the success of the women's team in the men's 200-meter final. Kenny Bednarek sticking close to Andre DeGrasse. The Canadian slipping past both Bednarek and Noah Lyles for the gold. Bednarek taking the silver in the 110-meter final. USA's Grant Holloway coming out strong, but loses gold by a split second. He ends up with the silver. Beach volleyball, the ladies team, USA beating out Switzerland to advance to the finals to take on Australia. All right, here's a look at the medal count. USA leads in the medal count with all medals. They've got 79. China was 72, but China has more gold than USA at 33 to 26. All right, how about some Missions baseball for you this morning? The Missions managed to snap a 3-game losing streak against the Corpus Christi Hooks last night at Nelson Wolff Stadium. Big part of the win was a delayed double steal in the bottom of the 8th. The Missions' Juan Fernandez stole home to give San Antonio a 3-2 lead and the victory. It was the 3rd stolen base of the year. The series against the Hooks continues tonight at 7:05.
Good to get a win.
Yeah, need one.
Yes, definitely. Time now, 4:43 and about 79 degrees out there.
Also coming up next, Spirit Airlines responding to thousands of flight cancellation, gives an update on how long it's going to be before things are back to normal.
And welcome back. It's about 4:46. Spirit Airlines is apologizing for canceling more than 1,100 flights since Sunday. ABC's Victor Okendo has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, frustrated flyers. Spirit Airlines canceling more than 100 flights for the 4th day in a row, topping 400 on Wednesday, more than 60% of its scheduled departures. Thousands have been stranded, like Pam Crockett, who tells us she and her 12-year-old son have had to camp out at the airport for 2 days.
It's horrible. The floors are hard and cold. It's uncomfortable.
Spirit saying the cancellations are due to several overlapping issues of weather, system outages, and staffing shortages.
We've had fuel shortages, we've had weather, we've had diversions, all those sorts of things add up. And when they snowball, you probably got to stop everything, move airplanes around, start again. So it's going to be a process probably for the next 2 or 3 days.
So if you have an upcoming trip booked, what's the best way to prepare for all this cancellation chaos? It's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Okendo, ABC News, Miami.
I was going to say, you saw stuff on the screen.
I saw a lot of, yeah, and it's building stuff.
A lot more stuff.
An official site.
There it is.
Right there.
Stuff.
It's stuff
There it
over
is.
there.
That's
Look.
the stuff. It's the good stuff because it is coming down in buckets in places. Now, this is not severe. We do not expect severe weather today, but there will be some pockets of heavier rain, especially for south and west of San Antonio, and that's where the rain is this morning. Let's take a little closer look here at where the heaviest of the rain is. And this is mainly over rural areas, but if you're around La Pryor or Big Wells, getting some very good heavy rain right now. You see all the lightning strikes. Those white lines represent lightning strikes, and these storms have been very electrical. This is working east and northeast, so I want to watch it because this could work towards San Antonio a little bit later this morning. I think that's a possibility, but we've got some time. If you're watching from Pearsall, this rain may eventually work in your direction too. Another little cell here just west of Poteet. This is working in DeBary County, and then also Uvalde. Rain is just on your doorstep, just to your west. Brackettville, rain starting to move in. Del Rio, same story. A lot of lightning with that too. And we'll zoom out some. I don't want to leave our eastern counties out here. We'll switch radar sites, so we'll get a little better idea of, we lost it there, of where the rain is as far as, well, let's get the right side up here, as far as where some of those heavier pockets are. And that's around Beeville, south of Pleasanton. And this is all lifting north too, by the way. So new development there in Atascosa County. This may eventually work its way towards San Antonio. Bottom line, we're going to see some scattered showers and storms today, definitely in the forecast. And here's why. We've got an upper level trough that's moving in from the north and west, area of low pressure. Down to our south and west. And these two things sort of coming together here. We got deep moisture around the area. And so there is a risk for heavy rainfall. Marginal risk. It's low end, but I think there will be some spots that get some decent rainfall totals and maybe a little bit of flooding here and there. The forecast, this shows rain around 11 o'clock noontime. This model isn't doing just great this morning, but I think it gets the general idea across that rain is a possibility even into the afternoon. And there will be some areas where we get some of these heavier downpours. So chances here all day long. Outside right now, things are still dry here in San Antonio. 79 and cloudy. Easterly winds at 6. Dew point is at 74. It's actually quite warm, warmer than yesterday for sure. 70s and 80s on the map right now. 76 Uvalde, 80 in Del Rio, 78 Kennedy, 78 right now in Gonzales. In the forecast, I would call for about a 60% chance rain 7 o'clock and then 50% chance through about noontime and into the afternoon. Temperatures will top out in the 80s. That's it. Let's go out to the tropics real quick too. We've got to touch on this because there are a couple of systems now starting to look a little bit healthier. One in particular just off the coast of Africa, 50% chance of development according to the Hurricane Center. So this has a high likelihood of developing within the next 5 days. We have a lot of time to watch this. It's way out there. Another little system here has about a 20% chance of development. There's still some dust out there, which may keep this activity from developing too quickly, but we're starting to see that dust diminish a little bit. Hurricane Center still thinks that this has a chance of development. And NOAA put out their forecast yesterday, still calling for a busy season. Okay, some heavy rain possible today, 60% chance of rain, especially south and west of San Antonio. 88 degrees your high temperature today, 30% chance of rain. But after tomorrow, on your Friday, we'll see things start to taper off and it will turn into a hot weekend. And yes, it is back to school Monday. Won't feel like fall though, 95. Mostly sunny, guys.
So that's just more stuff going on.
Yes, more stuff.
Back to school.
Lots of stuff.
The Atlantic is picking up.
For a lot of students, but it'll be hot here. That's what we're used to.
Yeah, I'm sure they can't wait. Still ahead, Ryan Reynolds talks about the premiere of his new film, Free Guy, and why this video game movie is not really a video game movie.
And let's take a look at your winning lotto numbers. We have pick 3, 197, Fireball 2, Daily 4, 9145, Fireball 5.
And you cash 5 is 17, 23, 27, 28, 31, and Lotto Texas is 7, 12, 14, 28, 31, 48. It is Powerball time. 5, 21, 32, 36, 58, Powerball's 14. Power play is 2. It is 4:52 and 78 degrees, and we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back, 454. A special look at the new Ryan Reynolds movie, Free Guy. Plus, Rihanna is now a billionaire.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Ryan Reynolds, his wife Blake Lively, and more stepping out for the premiere of the movie Free Guy in New York. It's part action, part comedy, but Reynolds says don't characterize it as a video game movie.
When people talk about the Titanic, they don't say it's a movie about boatsmanship. You know, it's or Field of Dreams is a movie about baseball. You know, you're usually smuggling other themes and other ideas into it.
Free Guy also stars Little Rel Howery. It'll be in theaters a week from Friday. Rihanna working really hard. Forbes says she's now a billionaire and the wealthiest woman in music. The publication estimates her worth at $1.7 billion, but the money's not coming from music. She hasn't put out a new album since 2016. Forbes says Rihanna's 50% stake of her beauty line Fenty is worth $1.4 billion. Controversial comedian Louis C.K. has announced his first nationwide tour since being shut out of showbiz after being accused of and admitting to several sexual misconduct accusations in 2017. The first show, August 13th, at the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden in New York City. And James Gunn's The Suicide Squad hits theaters this weekend, and today it's his birthday. He's 55. While former Grey's Anatomy star Jesse Williams is 40. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
4:56, 78 degrees.
And ahead on GMSA, the coronavirus Delta variant now accounts for 93% of all new cases. What that means for some students getting ready to go back to school.
Plus, we'll tell you more about this new kind of dishwasher that could change the way you clean up dinner. That's ahead on Tech Bites.
Having a good credit score could be the difference in getting that new car or new house. Ahead on GMSA at 6, tips on how to keep your credit from dropping.
And a live look outside with the Roads to Trans guide. Stephen Cavazos is here, and he's got an update for us on what these roads look like right now all over town. Coming up.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Relatives of both slain SAPD Detective Benjamin Marconi and convicted killer Otis McCain taking the witness stand on the punishment phase of the trial. Details on this case coming up next.
Top health experts out with a new warning saying that COVID cases could reach 200,000 a day. I'm Alex Brachet in Washington. Coming up, the latest on that, plus the ongoing mask mandate debate and the debate over vaccines.
Outside with live cam, we got some thunderstorms in the area. Justin Horner will bring us up to date on that here in just a second. Stay tuned. Good morning. It's Thursday, August 5th.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. For the most part, I experienced cloud cover, which was nice. A little break from, too hot of temperatures. But maybe we'll see the same thing today.
Still been relatively mild in August. I guess I use the word mild, but I don't know what mild means in August.
Fair. Yeah, no, that's accurate. It is. So far, we still think we'll get into some hot temperatures this weekend. Radar is busy this morning, not necessarily here in San Antonio, but we are seeing showers and storms lining up from Beeville, Cotulla, Uvalde, all the way over to Eagle Pass. This is some pretty heavy rain, too, and electrical. So there's going to be a lot of lightning strikes, some thunder with this as it all moves north. Let's take a closer look at some of this activity here in Atascosa County as it's getting a little bit closer to Bexar County at this hour. Just to the west of Poteet, some showers there and some of that rain now trying to drift up towards the Von Army area and 1604 there on the west side. So there will be some showers here and there for the morning commute, but the heavy stuff for the most part is staying off to our south and west. Pearsall, heavy rain is on your doorstep, not quite there if you're watching from Carrizo Springs and Crystal City. The heaviest of the rain has moved through, but this batch is particularly heavy just east of Big Wells over towards Dilley. This is where we could see some flooding, especially on some of those rural roads where it's still dark, can't see how deep the water is. Be careful out there at the moment. We do not have any flash flood warnings or anything like that in effect, but I do think we're going to see some minor street flooding in places like Uvalde, where the heavy rain is starting to move in. Probably pretty loud there right now, too, with these showers and storms. Again, pretty electrical. Bracketville, some rain there. Del Rio, you're missing out on the rain right now, but there is some on your doorstep as well. And here in San Antonio, again, fairly quiet with a couple showers moving in on the southwest side, and we will have some chances of rain throughout the afternoon. Temperature-wise, we're in the 70s and 80s. It'll be warm today, but not hot. Temperatures will make it into the 80s. We'll keep scattered showers and storms throughout the day. This is probably our best chance because after this, things really do begin to dry out. 7-day forecast is coming up, but we got to get over to Steven now. He's been tracking everything on the roads. A little bit of rain out there. Any issues yet?
Yeah, we're seeing some problems right there, Justin. We're going to take a look at our road weather map in just a moment. But we first want to bring your attention here to this shot at TransGuide 35 at Randolph. Yeah, you see these flashing lights right behind us. That's because there was a crash reported out there a little bit earlier this morning. Taking a closer look on the map, it does look like that was right near the interchange of 35 at Loop 410 eastbound near Austin Highway. So again, there's flashing lights out there. Close to the shot that TransGuide was able to get us, but we will continue to watch that and see how that could be impacting that morning commute. But thankfully, it is still quiet enough and early enough to where we're not seeing many people out on the roadways. But you are going to want to be cautious, as Justin was saying, especially if you're driving in through areas like here in Pleasanton or Atascosa County, where we are seeing a few wet roads out there according to our road weather map. And if you're familiar with this, you know that green does indicate that we do have some slick roads out there, and that blue shows a little bit of ponding. So just use some extra caution and make sure you check your windshield wipers before you head out the door this morning. But we'll be watching those conditions closely. But taking a look at our inbound times, things are still looking really good right now. If you're going to be driving in from Pleasanton, 28 minutes on 37 and 16 minutes coming in from Lytle on 35. Coming in from Castroville on Highway 90, we're looking at 19 minutes to the downtown San Antonio area. One last look at this crash here at 35 at Randolph, where we have these flashing lights. Again, we will watch this crash closely, including the road conditions out there in Atascosa County, and seeing how that weather could impact that morning drive. David, Stephanie?
Thank you, Steven. Now to the COVID-19 pandemic. A new projection from the CDC shows the number of COVID patients could triple by the end of August.
ABC's Alex Brachet has the latest from Washington.
This morning, a warning that the worst of the COVID summer surge could be yet to come. A new projection from the CDC shows the number of COVID patients could triple by the end of August. Dr. Anthony Fauci warning cases could hit 200,000 a day. The highly contagious Delta variant fueling the surge. It now accounts for 93% of all new cases in the U.S. The latest wave of new cases taking its toll on hospitals. A top doctor in Mississippi says the state is running out of ICU beds.
6. That's how many open ICU beds we had in the state of Mississippi this morning. 6.
The highest infection rate in the country is in Louisiana, where hospitalizations are up nearly 500% in the last month.
I'm putting people that are my age and my parents' age in body bags, and it is my worst fear for it to be one of them. To be honest, I probably cry most days at work, and I cry when I go home.
All this as battles over mask mandates and vaccines intensify.
Our children, our choice!
Hundreds of parents protesting a mask mandate in Colorado schools, but in Arkansas, the governor now says he regrets signing a bill banning mask mandates after one school district reported 700 students and staff in quarantine just 2 weeks into the school year. And in New Jersey,
these folks back there have lost their mind. You've lost your minds.
The governor tore into anti-vaccine protesters.
You are the ultimate knuckleheads, and because of what you are saying and standing for, people are losing their life.
Another big step for the Biden administration is finding a way to safely reopen the country to international travel. The White House telling ABC News that it's working on a plan that would require all foreign nationals traveling to the country to be fully vaccinated. Alex Prechet, ABC News, Washington.
Here at home, COVID cases counts are soaring, and this time kids are not being spared. In a city and county COVID briefing, it was announced that University Hospital has admitted an 11-month-old, and the Children's Hospital has a 4-year-old on a ventilator in the ICU. Right now, San Antonio has 63% of eligible people fully vaccinated, and local doctors want that number to go up in order to keep children hospitalizations down.
We have just as many patients admitted between the ages of 20 and 40 as we do over 60.
The Delta variant is hospitalizing kids who don't have underlying health conditions. And at this time, doctors aren't exactly sure what the long-term effects for babies and toddlers might look like. And a reminder, the state has a mobile vaccine program. All you need is a group of 5 or more to request a team to come to you. That group can make up of co-workers at businesses, members of family, or gatherings of friends. If you would like to request a visit, all you have to do is call the Texas Mobile Vaccine Call Center. That number right on your screen, 844-90-TEXAS.
At least 10 people were killed yesterday when an overloaded van carrying 29 migrants crashed on a remote South Texas highway. That crash happened on US 281 in Encino. That's about 50 miles north of McAllen. The Texas Department of Public Safety says the van, designed to hold 15 passengers, was speeding as the driver tried to veer off the highway onto 281. That driver lost control of the top-heavy van, which slammed into a metal utility pole and a stop sign. Sheriff officials there say the van was not being pursued. Authorities believe all of the passengers were migrants. 20 others who survived the initial crash all have serious to critical injuries.
It is now 5:08 and 78 degrees.
And still ahead, how American Airlines is using TikTok to wrangle in more customers.
And also coming up next, honoring the fallen. More details on a special ceremony at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery.
And taking a look outside with live cam, we're at 78 degrees. This might be our last mild day. We'll be checking in with Justin pretty soon.
This morning, a World War II veteran's remains are back on American soil.
They were unaccounted for years until back in February. The family was notified of the findings and were able to finally lay Marine Corps Reserve Private First Class J.L. Hancock to rest. The Military Honor Guard was present at the ceremony at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery, along with his niece, who was grateful to witness the service.
It means everything to me to bring him back to Texas because I know his sister, my aunt, was very grieved that they never did find him. And so it means everything to me to be able to help bring him back home.
The funeral service also included taps and a flag folding ceremony. That flag later given to the family.
And time now is 5:12 and about 78 degrees out there.
Still coming up this half hour, details on TikTok's newest adventure on American Airlines.
Plus, we're checking out a new dishwasher that fits on your counter.
Cooking and eating at home more often means food odors get trapped in your home's fabrics and released back into the air, so you smell last night's dinner the next morning. For an easy way to keep your whole home smelling fresh, try Febreze Fabric Refresher. Febrez's water-based formula deeply penetrates fabrics to eliminate trapped food odors as it dries. Spray Febreze Fabric Refresher when you clean up after meals to ensure your entire home smells fresh and clean. Try Febreze Fabric Refresher. Brand power helping you buy better.
Allergies with nasal congestion overwhelming you? Breathe more freely with powerful Claritin D. Claritin D improves nasal airflow 2 times more than the leading allergy spray at hour 1. Claritin D. Get more airflow.
Irresistibly delicious. Pour some almond breeze for the maestros of the creamiest ever must-have smoothies. It's irresistibly delicious. More almond breeze, please.
And welcome back. It's 15 minutes after 5 o'clock. American Airlines is taking TikTok to new heights. ABC's Mona Kozar-Abdi has the details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a new in-flight freebie on American Airlines. Passengers will have free access to TikTok thousands of feet in the air. They can also use their phone to scroll through videos for up to 30 minutes, but they'll have to pay for Wi-Fi to stay on the app longer. TikTok also confirms it's testing a new Snapchat-style vanishing video feature. TikTok stories will allow users to see content posted by accounts they follow for 24 hours before they are deleted. It comes after Twitter announced it's getting rid of a similar feature called Fleets. And a possible game changer in dinner cleanup. The Tetro dishwasher sits on your kitchen counter. It works without a plumbing hookup and can clean and dry 3 full place settings. The designer says it can even be used to clean baby toys and fruit. Now, if you can only put away those dishes, that would be a real game changer. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
She's right about that. Someone could put away the dishes for you.
3 sets of dishes. I mean, 3 like place settings. That's what it holds. But I didn't see any big pots and pans in there. A lot of big spoons.
You still have to do that by hand. It's like,
well, then just do it all by hand.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I do. It's just quicker that way. I don't know. We'll check in with Stephen Cavazos. How do you wash your dishes?
Well, see, the thing is about a dishwasher, you don't want to see it, right? You want to put it away, and you don't want to think about it until you have to take it out and dry it and put in. That's just my thought, you know. But hey, some of us like to do it the old-fashioned way and use our hands. But right now, things are looking good. Let's go ahead and get to the roads here at I-10 at Frio. We saw a few issues out there a little bit earlier this morning. You can see right now the shots at TransGuide show just a few vehicles out on the roadway. 281 at Hildebrandt, 1604 at Military. We have a few folks out there right now. And 35 at Randolph, we did have a crash that was reported out there earlier. Some flashing lights back on the interchange of 35. It does look like that has since cleared out. Getting a little bit busier here on some of these shots, but let's go ahead and get a look at the map right now. Pretty quiet, which is like what we like to see as we're getting the day started. Not a lot of issues, but as we've been talking about, we're going to continue to watch these conditions out here, particularly in the Pleasanton area. And you can see that we do have some wet roads out there. Justin's been tracking the weather. We're seeing those conditions. A lot of the green, again, indicating the wet roads, and some blue shows that we do have ponding out there near and around Pleasanton. So just use some caution if you're heading out there this morning. Again, it's still early enough to where we're not seeing a lot of folks out on the roadways, but we know when more people get out, that's when these issues could start to arise. So use some caution before heading out the door, especially if you're driving through this area. Let's go ahead and talk some construction, though. There is going to be some construction happening today out near Highway 90. Lighting installation. The eastbound exit ramp to southbound 35 is going to be closed there for that installation. Again, this is out towards US 90, and it will be happening tonight, and we'll be wrapping up around Friday, but this is going to be an overnight construction, 8 in the evening to 5 in the morning. So for you overnight commuters, be sure to mark your calendars for this later this evening. But taking one last look at TransGuide, 281 at Hildebrandt, still pretty quiet right now, but we're watching things closely, and we'll continue to watch that weather out in the southwest part of the area.
Stephen, thank you. And yes, there is quite a bit of heavy rain south and west of San Antonio right now. Good cluster of rain, and I would imagine this is going to cause some issues with flooding, at least in a few localized spots. We know the heaviest of the rain now is starting to move into Frio County, just to the south and west of Pearsall, and this will make it into Pearsall, I'd say, within the hour. It's moving through Dilley and along I-35. There are some good cells here with heavy rain. Nothing severe. The threat today, the main threat, is going to be the rainfall and potential of some street flooding in spots. We've also got another little cell that's been working north in Barrett County, but that is falling apart. So it's just light rain there on the city's southwest side along 1604. Another little heavy pocket of rain here producing quite a bit of lightning in southeastern parts of Frio County. And then around Pleasanton, seeing some rain, and then showers and storms just north of George West, north of Beeville too, and then some pretty heavy rain as you go out west of Cotulla. Crystal City, Carrizo Springs, you've been getting it most of the morning, and these numbers are going to start to add up. Let's look at some of the rainfall estimates so far, and we'll look at the 12-hour rainfall. These are just estimates, radar estimates, but they are showing up to 3 inches in spots where you see some of these yellow colors, 2 to maybe 3 inches. But we're going to see more, I think, over the next hour or so, and these numbers could begin to add up, and that's why there could be some flooding. 2.6 there in the eastern and southeastern portions of Frio County. Again, here in San Antonio, rain not really moving in yet, but we anticipate that we'll get some of that moving in a little bit later this morning. Here's the setup. We've got a trough coming in from the north and west, area of low pressure out in Mexico. These two things are coming together, and the bottom line here is there is a risk for some heavy rainfall today. Marginal risk. It's low end, but we've got to watch it. There could be a few flood advisories or flood warnings issued a little bit later this morning. And the computer models haven't had a great handle on this, but they do show that we'll get scattered showers and storms into the afternoon. So it's not just this morning. The potential is there even into the afternoon for more of these scattered downpours. And there is enough moisture in the atmosphere where they're going to be very efficient rain producers. Outside right now, 78 degrees at the airport, 80 Stinson, 79 Kelly, 77 Randolph. Winds are pretty light and roads are dry here. 79 Castroville, 75 Bandera, 77 Castroville, 77 in New Braunfels. It's a pretty warm morning. Not like yesterday where we had 60s and low 70s on the map. Forecast for today, 60% chance of rain this morning. We'll drop it off just a little bit in the afternoon, but that possibility is still there, 50% chance. Temperatures, because of the cloud cover and potential for rain today, will stay in the 80s. Pretty nice. 88, the forecast high. Tomorrow, a 30% chance rain, 92, and then temperatures really start to ramp up. As we've been talking about all week, the weekend promises to be hot and humid. Back to school on Monday, 95. You know, typically back to school here in San Antonio, South Texas is hot. It's going to be a while before we start pulling out the jackets for school, guys.
Oh, a very long time, probably. Unless they're rain jackets, hopefully.
True.
Yeah.
There is that.
Do school buses have air conditioners?
Maybe.
Some do?
Yeah.
Just checking.
Just well.
You got to open the windows.
Windows for sure, but yes, I mean, as far as I know, yes.
522, 78 degrees.
And still ahead in your morning spotlight, Mel Brooks writes his first memoir. Plus, Winston Duke talks about his newest film, 9 Days.
And some lottery numbers. Pick 3, 197. Fireball's 2. Daily 4 is 9145. Fireball is 5.
Cash 5, 17, 23, 27, 28, 31. Lotto Texas, 7, 12, 14, 28, 31, 48. And your Powerball numbers, 5, 21, 32, 36, 58, Powerball 14, Power Play 2. Good luck.
Welcome back. It's 526, 78 degrees, and that means it's time for this morning's entertainment news.
Here's CNN's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Thank you all for coming here, for being part of this incredible charade.
It may be hard to believe, but 95-year-old entertainment legend Mel Brooks has never written a memoir until now. All About Me, My Remarkable Life in Show Business will cover Brooks' childhood and World War II service and the more than 70-year career of the EGOT-winning writer, director, producer, and performer. The 400-page memoir is due out November 30th.
Are you the boss? I would say a cog in the wheel.
The star of 9 Days, Winston Duke, says he was drawn to the uniqueness of the script.
I said, wow, I never see black men on screen with this much vulnerability. I never see black men on screen in the spaces where it's more surrounding their intellect and their internal life instead of like their external way of being and looking at their bodies.
If you are selected, you will have the chance to be born in a fruitful environment where you can grow, develop, and accomplish.
9 Days opens in theaters Friday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Never remember me.
It is now 5:27 and 78 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA, no mask or mask? That is the question, and the answer depends on where you live. We're taking a closer look at the debate happening around the country.
And a recall alert. Dollar General recalling thousands of its lounge chairs. We'll tell you which ones and why coming up.
And a fuzzy pet wants to go home with you today. We're going to check in with our friends from the San Antonio Humane Society.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, there's a venomous cobra on the loose here in Texas after it escaped from its owner. Who's going to own a venomous cobra other than a zoo? We've got the latest on the search efforts coming up. Making headlines this morning, just how effective is wearing a mask? We're taking a look at what various medical officials are saying across the country.
Police here in Castle Hills have made an arrest in a disturbing case. What they say was the sexual assault of 2 children. I'm Katrina Weber. I'll have that story.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, we're at 78 degrees and we are expecting another day in the 80s. I'll take that.
Good morning. It's Thursday. It's August 5th.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Hope you had a great week and happy Thursday. It is like Friday Eve. Tomorrow
It is
Friday.
It is Friday Eve, right?
Yeah, we're excited about that.
Little thunderstorms brewing out there. Looks like every other day this summer.
Pretty much, right? I mean, the radar is busy again this morning. We're going to be watching some pockets of heavy rain here. So far, just been good rain. We haven't had any flood warnings. We haven't had any severe thunderstorm warnings, and we don't anticipate severe weather today. So that's the good news. But you see where the activity is right now. This is all south and southwest of San Antonio. So if you're watching us from here in town, not much out there other than we do have a few showers there on the city's west side. So this is working just north of I-35 towards 1604 and 90. There's going to be some light rain moving in there, and that may move up towards the Alamo Ranch SeaWorld area. But that is just shower activity. The really heavy stuff is down here around Pearsall. It is just about to move into town, and you're going to get some very heavy rain, not to mention some lightning strikes mixed in here. I-35 between Pearsall and Dilley. It's going to be a rough go this morning. There's some pretty heavy rain there. And then back along Highway 57 there, the rain continues to come down towards La Pryor. And then as you go north into Uvalde, the heavy rain has passed through, but you're getting light to moderate rain now. This is going to work up towards Concan and eventually work its way up into the hill country. Places like Lakey and Rock Springs will get in on the rain here soon. Heavy rain in Sabinal too, but focusing back here on San Antonio, again, just some light rain at the moment. And I don't want to leave out some of our southern counties here. Atascosa County seeing some rain, and it also stretches back down towards Beeville, and a little bit of rain there around Kennedy too. So as you might imagine, rain chances will be in the forecast today, most of the day, in fact. Temperature-wise, we're in the 70s and 80s at this hour, and the forecast does call for scattered downpours. A few peaks of sun here and there. Today, temperatures, as a result, only in the 80s. Not bad at all, but it does warm up this weekend. Okay, Steven, some rain out there in southern parts of Bexar County. Has that led to any issues on the roadways?
I haven't spotted any just yet, Justin, but nonetheless, our drivers need to make sure they're extra cautious this morning, especially with those conditions outside. Let's take a look right now in town and see what we're seeing here around the Alamo City. It's pretty quiet right now. We did have a crash here at 35 at Randolph that has since resolved, but not really anything big happening out on our roadways, at least right now here in San Antonio. But let's take a look at this road weather map. As Justin was just mentioning here, we do have some wet roads out there, specifically heading out towards Pearsall. You can see that green does show some slick roads, and the blue does indicate some ponding out there. So again, check those windshield wipers and take it slow out on the roads this morning. We're seeing a little bit more of that coming up to 410 and Highway 90, those slick roads that is. So again, you're going to want to be extra cautious if you're driving out in that area this morning. We're going to continue to monitor these road conditions, and again, when we start seeing more people out on the road, you're going to want to be extra careful. Let's go ahead and take a look at some construction to be on the lookout for. More more construction that's going to be happening later this evening. Bridge beam installations will be leading to a full closure over there at the intersection of Evans Road. This is right at FM 2252 here in Bexar County. It's going to be going on later this evening and wrapping up tomorrow from 7 in the evening to 7 in the morning. So again, something to mark your calendars for. But right now, here today at this hour, things are looking good for these inbound times right now. If you're coming in from I-10 and Bernie, we got 24 minutes for you and 26 minutes coming in from Bulverde on 281 and 25 minutes coming in from 35 and New Braunfels to the downtown San Antonio area. One last look at TransGuide, getting a little bit busier this morning, but we'll be watching things closely. David, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephen. A call for help has led to a disturbing discovery in Castle Hills. Police say they found 2 runaways, children who are being sexually abused. They also have made an arrest in that case. Katrina Weber is live at the Castle Hills Police Department with the details. Now, Katrina, we understand these victims are related.
That's right. Police tell us they're a brother and sister, both underage, who were being introduced to some adult and illegal behavior. They gave us a look at the suspect, a man who has yet to be identified to us. He was not happy to be in handcuffs, and he had some choice words for news crews as he was led away overnight. Police say the 2 victims who had run away from home reached out to their parents by phone yesterday afternoon. The parents called police. Then officers went to an apartment here in Castle Hills and found the victims in a bedroom in what they describe as a bad situation.
One victim was possibly intoxicated from a controlled substance, and the other one was just so traumatized that she really didn't want to talk much, and that's very understandable.
Well, that man who was arrested faces a charge of sexual assault of a minor. And again, we do not know his name just yet. Police are not releasing it right now. They were careful not to release too many details about this case, including exactly where this happened. We do know that the apartment complex is somewhere on Jackson Keller within the Castle Hills limits. And they do tell us that those victims are between the ages of 15 and 17 years old. Reporting live in Castle Hills, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. This morning, the mask debates continue to grow depending on where you live.
And as CNN's Brett Conway reports, every day this week, a different state, county, city, or school district announced a decision on the matter of masking up.
The debate over masking up is heating up, and there have been announcements on the issue every day this week. People will have to mask up in Metro Nashville government buildings now. Georgia's governor says mandates don't work, but the state's most populous county just reinstated its indoor mask mandate. Arkansas's governor says he regrets banning mask mandates.
In hindsight, I wish that had not become law.
But in Texas,
there will not be any government-imposed shutdowns or mask mandates.
And Missouri's state attorney general filed a lawsuit over Kansas City's indoor mask mandate. But perhaps the most heated part of this debate is over masking up in schools. The governors of Nevada and Illinois ordered masks in schools. Some districts in Mississippi and Arizona will require them too. And the mayor of Columbia, South Carolina, made the same decision. But in Colorado, people are protesting masks in schools. And Florida's governor signed an executive order banning school mask mandates. But some districts are pushing back.
We need to keep all protocols, and that includes mask wearing.
Let us get through this surge, and then we can move forward.
Because moving forward is exactly what Delta is doing. The CDC says it now makes up more than 93% of new cases. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Overseas, Israel escalating its response to rocket attacks this week by launching rare airstrikes on Lebanon. The Army says jets struck the launch sites from which rockets had been fired over the previous day, as well as an additional target used to attack Israel in the past. The overnight airstrikes were a marked escalation at a politically sensitive time. Israel's new 8-party governing coalition is trying to keep peace under a fragile ceasefire that ended an 11-day war with Hamas militant rulers in Gaza in May. Several incidents leading up to this week's rocket fire from Lebanon have focused attention on Israel's northern border. The United States swiftly condemned the attacks on Israel.
Today, New York real estate heir Robert Durst is expected to take the stand at his Los Angeles County murder trial. The 78-year-old Durst could begin testimony as early as this morning and is likely to last several days. Having the defendant testify at a murder trial is considered extremely risky, but it worked for Durst once before. He took the stand in his 2003 Texas trial and was acquitted of murder despite admitting to dismembering and disposing the body of his Galveston neighbor, Morris Black. Durst is now charged with killing his best friend, Susan Berman, back in 2000. He has pleaded not guilty.
5:39, hanging in there at 78 degrees.
Do you need a job? Yet another retailer is raising their minimum wage to $15 an hour.
And also coming up in a few minutes, these lounge chairs could literally cut your fingers off. We'll tell you about an important recall coming up.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, we're starting at 78 degrees and we'll be in the 80s. And I will be enjoying the day of the 80s. We'll be right back. And welcome back. It's about 5:42 in your morning consumer headlines. Dollar General is recalling about 155,000 lounge chairs after reports of amputations, lacerations, and pinching of fingers. The True Living Sling loungers feature white frames with solid blue or solid green fabric. They were sold at the discount retailer between January and September of 2019 for about $20. So far, Dollar General has received 3 reports of the Sling loungers collapsing, resulting in amputations, lacerations. Now, the chair's metal folding joints. So if you purchase these loungers, you're advised to stop using them immediately and contact Dollar General for a full refund.
Target offering its 340,000 U.S.-based employees a free college education. The retailer says all part-time and full-time members will be eligible for debt-free undergraduate degrees and certifications. Members also get free textbooks with no out-of-pocket costs on their first day of work at Target starting this fall. The debt-free offering includes 250 programs from over 40 schools, colleges, and universities. The announcement comes at a week after a Walmart said it would pay for college tuition and books for its part-time and full-time associates.
CVS is raising its minimum wage to $15 an hour. The pharmacy giant says it will begin increasing wages for hourly employees this month and hit the $15 mark by next July. About 65% of CVS's hourly employees already make more than $15 an hour. Those who do will also be seeing a wage increase. Several companies like Amazon, Target, and Best Buy have also recently moved to a $15 an hour starting wage.
It is 5:44 and we're hanging in there at 78 degrees.
Coming up next, adopt a pet. We're checking in with some friends over at the San Antonio Humane Society.
And we're back this morning with Kim from the Humane Society. And
Hi.
You've got a beautiful little kitten here. Who's this?
I do. This is Ursula.
Okay.
It is a 2-month-old little tabby mix. She is, look, you can tell, look at the orange coloring and the markings on her. She's just so calm. A beautiful, sweet little kitten.
Absolutely. Is she pretty young, I'm guessing?
She is,
okay.
Yes. 2 months old, ready to be adopted. So you can come by today and take a look at her.
Yep.
We have lots of cats and kittens at the shelter. They start at, this one's $70, so, and can go up from there. But yeah.
Yeah, she's beautiful. That would make a great family pet.
Yes, it would. Look, just sitting there. I think it's likes to sit on somebody's lap and just cuddle.
Oh, she's looking pretty comfortable.
She is. She is.
So what do you guys have going on right now?
Oh my gosh, thanks for asking. So we need volunteers.
Okay.
Volunteers to come help at the shelter, volunteers to do any type of work. So from cleaning kennels to office work, anything like that is what we need.
Okay, you guys have kittens coming in every day.
Oh yes, we have an abundance of kittens. So even foster families for our neonatal kittens, like the ones that are a little too sick to go out on the adoption floor quite yet, they're a little too young.
Yeah.
And we nurse them up to health, and then they're ready to go.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Ursula is just beautiful little kitten.
Ursula is.
She needs a home. If
Yes.
you're interested, how can people contact you?
So they can go on our website at sahumane.org, or they can come by our Fredericksburg location. We're open every day from 12 to 7.
Perfect. Kim, thank you so much.
Thanks, Justin.
Aw, cute cat. All right, Star Wars fans, here we go. It's going to cost you a lot of Republic credits to stay at Disney World's new and long-awaited Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel. Rates vary, but a sample cabin rate for 2 nights at the hotel for 4 people, $6,000. It's a set price for your stay. It includes admission to Disney's Hollywood Studios, food and beverages, except for alcohol. Disney calls it a revolutionary and immersive Star Wars experience. The hotel opens next spring.
It looks cool, but
how long do you think before that thing will be booked up?
Gosh, but that price tag is hefty.
Oh, you know there's going to be people paying that price. Price not going to bother them. I bet it's within hours.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
That price?
How many Star Wars fans is there?
I mean, we're fans, but you know.
$6,000?
It's a lot.
So divide that by 4.
Well, I mean.
Get that math later.
Okay, well, things are picking up on the road. Let's go ahead and check in with Stephen Cavazos.
Well, good traffic is looking right now. I'm trying to pull a Yoda there. I don't know if I did it correctly. I don't know. I tried.
Yes,
but you know, was that right?
Yes,
was that right?
it is.
Okay, thank you. I know, Steph, you're a Star Wars fan, right?
I am. Very clever, very
All right,
clever.
got the stamp of approval from Princess Leia herself. US 90 at Nogalitos is looking good, though. As you can see, it's getting a little bit busier out here at this shot at TransGuide. We got a stretch of lights there showing that we do have a few more drivers out on the roadway. And right now, it's been pretty calm. We haven't been seeing a lot of issues, and that's a good sign if you're going to be heading out the door in the next few minutes. But let's go ahead and talk this road weather map that we're going to continue to show you right now that we're seeing some rainfall. Justin will talk about that in just a moment, but you can see there that green does show that we still have some wet roads out there right around Pleasanton, closer to Pearsall, really, and even approaching Highway 90. A little bit of ponding out there as well. Again, Justin is monitoring that forecast, but right now we're watching the roads. Thankfully, no issues because of this weather. So it's still pretty good right now, but you're going to want to be cautious driving through that to make sure you check those windshield wipers and tires before getting on the roadways this morning. But taking a closer look into town, it is pretty quiet. Not seeing any issues here, at least with regards to crashes or stalls, but some things to be on the lookout for. We're going to continue to talk construction. As you can see here, we got more construction to be on the lookout for right now. This is going to be happening later this evening. Some barrier removal on the southbound frontage road from Pat Booker Road to Palisades Drive. That's going to be at Loop 1604 over on the northeast side of San Antonio. It's going on later this evening, and we'll be wrapping up tomorrow from 5 in the morning. If it says 59 p.m., that is not correct. 5 in the morning to 7 in the morning. So we'll be watching that closely. But again, something to mark up on your calendar if you're driving through that area. One last look at 90 and Nogalitos. But Justin, it's looking pretty calm right now.
Yeah, this might time out pretty well for us as far as the rain here in San Antonio. So far, not a lot. There are a few showers. I'll show you that in just a second. But first, let's look at the observed rainfall over the last 24 hours. And we're starting to see some amounts in the range of 2 to 3 inches. Batesville, Carrizo Springs, Cotulla to Pearsall. That corridor in there, that's where the heaviest of the rain is falling. So far, no flash flood warnings or anything like that. We've been able to handle this much rain. But there could be some spots today where the rainfall begins to add up. And there could be some street flooding in a few spots as well. We'll get over to the radar now. And there you go. We'll show you what's going on out there. Showers and storms. Really some pretty heavy rain stretching from Uvalde down towards Pearsall at this hour. You'll notice it's progressing north and east. So theoretically, this will work its way into San Antonio, probably weakening a little bit as it does. But we need to watch it because any additional rainfall here, and if we get some heavy rainfall, there could be some minor street flooding. So far, not a lot of issues. There are a few showers west side of San Antonio. This is pretty light stuff, but working its way in around 90 along I-35 up towards the SeaWorld area. Expect a little wet weather this morning. Rest of the city doing okay for now. And then we'll look at some of this heavier rain down towards Pleasanton and Jordan. Charlotte, you're seeing some rain starting to move in. And then also around Pearsall, some pretty heavy rain. Tracking just to your north now along I-35. Pretty good looking cell there. Nothing severe, thankfully. And then along Highway 90, Uvalde over to Sabinal. It's pretty heavy rain for you too. As we look at the forecast for today, it shows some of that moving in around San Antonio this morning, maybe a little bit of a break in the action, and that we could see some more showers and storms this afternoon. The possibility is there. More good downpours. There's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, so these would be efficient rain producers. Temperatures 78 degrees right now, mostly cloudy skies. Easterly winds at 6. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s. So we're off to a warm start, 78 here in San Antonio. In the forecast for today, 60% chance of rain early, 50% chance of rain this afternoon. Temperatures top out in the 80s. And the forecast, extended forecast, will go 92 Friday, 30% chance of rain. Hot this weekend and hot next week too. So this is kind of our last gasp here when it comes to rainfall. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the latest on the pandemic. Healthcare workers pushed to their limits, the Delta variant surging, and Dr. Fauci now predicting cases could climb back to 200,000 a day. He's going to join us with the latest on the Delta variant and the vaccines. We'll have that and so much more coming up right here on GMA.
The start of the school year just around the corner. Many of the San Antonio schools will start in mid-August, and of course safety is on the minds of many. You can voice your concerns in an article that we've called the Classroom Confessional. You can do that right now on KSAT.com. And still ahead on GMSA this morning, could a former Spurs fan favorite be returning to the NBA for retirement? We'll have the latest on that. And new overnight, one man is in police custody after he crashed his pickup truck into a Southside home. We've got details ahead on that. And we're going to be checking in with TransGuide. Steven's got the latest on the roads, a little wet here and there around San Antonio. We'll update you on that as we come back for Good Morning San Antonio, a complete hour right after the break.
Castle Hills police say they've rescued 2 teenagers from a home where they were being sexually abused. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. Police have also made an arrest. I'll tell you more about it.
The search is on for a suspect involved in the serious injury of an officer. Details on this case coming up next.
Top health experts out with a new warning saying that COVID cases could reach 200,000 a day. I'm Alex Brachet in Washington. Coming up, the latest on that, plus the ongoing mask mandate debate and the debate over vaccines.
Also coming up this half hour, the Cowboys are in action tonight in the preseason, a preview of the NFL Hall of Fame game.
And taking a look outside with live cam this morning, no rain in this shot, but we are expecting maybe some scattered showers today.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning. It is Thursday, August 5th.
Happy Thursday. Thanks for joining us. Happy Friday Eve for a lot of you. That makes it more exciting.
It's a very special day when it's Friday Eve day.
Yes, very special. And we'll check in with our very special Justin Horn.
Ooh. Thank you very much. I appreciate that intro. Hey, it could be another week where we don't have to use our sprinklers. Water bills are looking pretty good these days because we've got free watering coming from clouds and showers and storms that have developed over southwestern portion of the viewing area. Some pretty heavy rain now. We've got some new flash flood advisories in effect for parts of Frio County, that box right there, and then also another area stretching from Kinney County up to Uvalde. These are not flash flood warnings, they're advisories. What does that mean? Well, some minor street flooding, what you're going to see most likely with this, and some heavy rain, 2 to 3 inches possible with this activity as it moves off to the north and east. Let's go ahead and put this map in motion so you get an idea of where it's moving. Slowly but surely, north and northeast. Where you see those white lines, those represent lightning strikes, so they're pretty electrical. And this activity stretches all the way down to Beeville. Good cell right over Beeville at this hour, and this activity will work into Kennedy as well. Let's zoom in on San Antonio. Just some light showers right now. Southwest side, I-35. Along 410, that's where the rain is falling. This little area of rain, they'll be beginning to fall apart. What we want to watch is this heavy stuff as it slowly and surely makes its way up towards Bexar County. We may be able to get through the morning commute before it arrives, but we'll need to watch it through mid-morning and into the lunch hour as well. If it does indeed hold together, Pearsall, by the way, getting some very heavy rain this hour. So busy morning with the radar. Temperatures are warm, 78 at the airport, 79 Helotes, 80 at Stinson, 76 right now in Seguin. In the forecast for today, some good chances of rain this morning, and we'll keep some scattered activity into the afternoon. Probably a little bit of a break after some of this moves through, and then more development during the afternoon hours. Temperatures stay in the 80s today, thanks to the cloud cover. Another nice day, but it warms up over the weekend. Steven's been tracking all the issues on the roadways this morning. Let's check in with him now and see how things are looking.
Thanks, Justin. And, we haven't spotted any issues where that rain has been coming down. But right here in town, Loop 410 in McCullough, you see some flashing lights from this shot at TransGuide. This is a crash that's happened just a little while ago. And it does look like we do have at least the exit ramp here that's closed off right at McCullough. We can make out that what looks like a vehicle pulled off on the shoulder lane there. Multiple flashing lights indicates that, of course, these first responders are working to clear that scene. Make sure to pull over or move over, that is, and slow down whenever you see these flashing lights for our first responders. Taking a look at our map, it's here reported off Loop 410 westbound, again, right at McCullough Avenue. Still early on, where we're not seeing any issues when it comes to that traffic. But again, be cautious for those first responders who are out there working to make the road safer. Taking a look at our road weather map right now, as just mentioned, Pearsall's really seen some of that rain. This does indicate we do have slick roads out there, at least closer to 35, and we're seeing that around a little bit closer to 410 as well. So just use some caution heading out the door this morning. And again, as a reminder, check those windshield wipers, tires, and be sure to drive safe. Taking a look at these inbound times, though, it's looking pretty good so far. If you're going to be traveling to the downtown San Antonio area from any of these neighboring communities, you can see right now traveling in from I-10 and Seguin, it's pretty green with 29 minutes right now. And coming in from Lavernia, we have 23 minutes on Highway 87 and 28 minutes coming in from Floresville. One last look at TransGuide before we toss over to you guys. 410 at McCullough. Again, looks like we have more flashing lights out there, so be sure to move over and slow down for these guys. Again, we'll be watching this closely and see how that could impact that morning drive. David, Stephanie?
Thank you, Stephen. An apartment complex in Castle Hills, no safe haven for two runaways. Police say the teens were being sexually abused there. They made the discovery after getting a call for help yesterday.
Katrina Weber is live at the Castle Hills Police Department with that story. Now, Katrina, you mentioned they have made an arrest. What do you know about the suspect?
Well, unfortunately, not much. Police have not even released his name yet. They say he's just now beginning the process of appearing before a magistrate and then being booked into jail. We did get a glimpse of him overnight, though, as he was led to a patrol car. He was not happy and had some choice words for the cameras. The police tell us the two victims in this case are a brother and sister who are between the ages of 15 and 17. Police say those teens were runaways, but called their parents for help yesterday afternoon. The parents in turn called police, who then went to an apartment somewhere on Jackson Keller here in Castle Hills. Police say they found the teens in a bedroom in what they call a bad situation. They told us that the boy appeared to be drugged, and the girl was so traumatized that she understandably did not want to talk about any of this. But police say they do hope to find out more from them a little bit later on about what happened. Now, they say that the suspect is facing a charge of sexual assault of a minor, and we do expect to find out more about this case later on. Reporting live in Castle Hills, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. As you head out the door this morning, you may see on the highway the blue alert signs on the TransGuide signs around town.
And this comes as Corpus Christi police search for a man connected to the serious injury of an officer.
Jonathan Cotto is staying on top of this story. He joins us live. Now, Jonathan, what do we know about the suspect?
Well, police are hoping you can help them find 20-year-old Joshua Powell. DPS says they do believe he could be a threat to the public. Powell was last seen on Wednesday off of Weber Road in Corpus Christi. He is 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs about 150 pounds. Has brown hair and brown eyes. He wears dreadlocks and has tattoos on his left arm. Police are also searching for a green 1999 Buick Regal with Texas license plates CSC 1880. They believe this vehicle is connected to this crime. Now, Powell was last seen wearing a dark shirt and khaki pants. If you have any information as to where he could be, you're asked to dial the number, call the Corpus Christi Police Department at the number on your screen. Reporting, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. One man is in jail this morning for ramming his vehicle into his ex-girlfriend's car. It happened back on July 30th in the 2400 block of Penn Road. That's on the city's west side near Highway 90. According to an arrest affidavit, 20-year-old Brian Roberto Contreras followed his ex-girlfriend as she was running errands. She was leaving a parking lot when Contreras intentionally crashed into her passenger side, causing significant damage. He was later arrested and is now facing an aggravated assault charge.
Relatives of both police detective Benjamin Marconi and convicted killer Otis McCain are taking the witness stand during the punishment phase of the trial. As McCain's mom took the stand, she pleaded with the court to not give her son the death penalty. On the other side, those who know Marconi mostly spoke about how his death affected them.
But losing a parent on a public scale and in a very tragic and shocking way, it takes a toll on your mental and emotional health.
I just couldn't believe what I was seeing, that this was my brother who had just been murdered.
The trial continues today with the possibility of more witnesses from the defense. You can watch the trial live stream on KSAT.com. That's beginning at 9 a.m.
Now to the COVID-19 pandemic. A new projection from the CDC shows the number of COVID patients could triple by the end of August.
ABC's Alex Brachet has the latest from Washington.
This morning, a warning that the worst of the COVID summer surge could be yet to come. A new projection from the CDC shows the number of COVID patients could triple by the end of August. Dr. Anthony Fauci warning cases could hit 200,000 a day. The highly contagious Delta variant fueling the surge. It now accounts for 93% of all new cases in the U.S. The latest wave of new cases taking its toll on hospitals. A top doctor in Mississippi says the state is running out of ICU beds.
6. That's how many open ICU beds we had in the state of Mississippi this morning. 6.
The highest infection rate in the country is in Louisiana, where hospitalizations are up nearly 500% in the last month.
I'm putting people that are my age and my parents' age in body bags, and it is my worst fear for it to be one of them. To be honest, I probably cry most days at work, and I cry when I go home.
All this as battles over mask mandates and vaccines intensify.
Our children, our choice!
Hundreds of parents protesting a mask mandate in Colorado schools, but in Arkansas, the governor now says he regrets signing a bill banning mask mandates after one school district reported 700 students and staff in quarantine just 2 weeks into the school year. And in New Jersey,
these folks back there have lost their mind. You've lost your minds.
The governor tore into anti-vaccine protesters.
You are the ultimate knuckleheads, and because of what you are saying and standing for, people are losing their life.
Another big step for the Biden administration is finding a way to safely reopen the country to international travel. The White House telling ABC News that it's working on a plan that would require all foreign nationals traveling to the country to be fully vaccinated. Alex Brachet, ABC News, Washington.
And time now is 6:10, and it's about 78 degrees out there.
Are you ready for some football? The Cowboys are set to take on the Steelers tonight in the Hall of Fame game, but Dallas will be without a handful of starters, as you would expect in the preseason. We've got the latest for you coming up.
Plus, could former Spur LaMarcus Aldridge be coming out of retirement and back into the league? According to reports, he's seriously thinking about it. Your morning sports brief coming up.
And outside with live cam, it may not be raining where you are now, but there's some stuff headed San Antonio's direction. Justin Horn's got an update on some thunderstorms that are to the southwest of us right now. Coming up. Former Spurs star LaMarcus Aldridge considering a return to the NBA, unretiring if a team will give him a medical clearance. That's according to ESPN. They're telling us that Aldridge is expected to have conversations with prospective teams in the coming weeks, but has yet to make a final decision on playing again. Aldridge abruptly retired with the Brooklyn Nets in April after experiencing an irregular heartbeat in a game against the Lakers back on April the 10th. Now, if you remember, Aldridge had 3 episodes that we know of when he played for the Spurs, but they always cleared up and didn't last throughout the game. After being benched this past season, Aldridge asked to have the remainder of his contract bought out. The Spurs complied, and on March the 28th, he signed with the Nets, hoping for his first ever trip to the NBA Finals, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Meanwhile, in Summer League action, the Spurs taking on the Jazz squads in Salt Lake City last night. The Spurs' 18-year-old draft pick, Joshua Primo, had a pretty good night, scored 11 points. He had a 3 and 4 free throws. Devin Vassell led the Spurs with 14 points. San Antonio shot 28% from the field. Utah led by over 25 points at one time. They end up winning at 78-54. The Spurs have one more game in Utah tomorrow against Memphis, and then they head to Las Vegas to continue Summer League fun.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Dak Prescott, one of 16 players left behind in California as the Cowboys boarded their charter to Canton, Ohio yesterday. Tonight they're going to be playing the Pittsburgh Steelers in the annual Hall of Fame game. Prescott suffered a setback in his shoulder injury a week ago where he felt pain in his throwing arm and later an MRI detected a muscle strain. Now, the setback coming after Prescott had spent the last 9 months working his way back onto the field following the worst injury of his football career in Week 5 of last season. Among the 16 not making the trip, 7 starters remaining in Oxnard include tackle Tyron Smith, wide receiver Amari Cooper, and defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence. Update you on some Missions baseball. There you can see they beat the Corpus Christi Hooks. They stole home, had a great double play, something like that last night. They ended up winning 3-2. So they broke a losing streak, which is really good.
That is great.
For the Mission. So
it's great to get a win out there. And things not looking so good at Loop 410 and McCullough. Let's go ahead and check in with Stephen Cavazos.
That's right, Steph. We're seeing some flashing lights out there and some flares that show that we do have a crash that's working and first responders out there working to clear it. You can see from this shot at TransGuide that we do have the shoulder lane and exit ramp blocked there off 410 with some, again, road flares out there. Multiple first responders working to clear this scene up, but you can see it's also getting pretty busy with traffic right now, and some of these vehicles are zooming on by there, as you can see from that shot at TransGuide. Again, as we continue to remind you guys at home, move over and slow down for these first responders. They're working to make the conditions out there safer for you guys, and when they have those road flares up, again, in those flashing lights, it's best to just drive safely through that area. Let's go ahead and take a look right now at the map and see where it's actually happening. Loop 410 westbound, again, right at McCullough Avenue is where that crash is being reported, but as of right now, that is the only big thing that's happening, at least here in San Antonio. We're continuing to watch the conditions out here in the area, specifically out towards Pearsall and Pleasanton, where this rain seems to be causing some wet conditions out there. And you can see that green from this road weather map does show that we do have some wet roads, and the blue does show some ponding out there out near Pearsall. So drive safely through that area. But thankfully right now in San Antonio, it doesn't seem to be impacting any of the drive. If you're heading out again in the next few minutes, it should be relatively dry in most parts of the city. But taking a look here, one last look at TransGuide, Loop 410 and McCullough. Again, Justin, nothing big right now with regards to the weather here in town, but what can people expect in other places?
Yeah, we may be able to fit in that morning commute before some of the heavy rain arrives here to San Antonio, where we are seeing the heavy rain. These are rainfall estimates over the last 24 hours, radar estimated, so they're not perfect, but they give us a pretty good idea here that estimates are up to about 3 or 4 inches in southeastern Frio County. That's why that flood advisory has been issued there. We also have another flood advisory for parts of Kinney and Uvalde County, 2 to 3 inches. With some of this activity. So these are the estimates. We know that the rain has been pretty heavy south and west of town. We'll switch it back to the radar, and I'll show you where everything is moving. Right now off to the north and west for the most part, and that'll continue to be the case throughout the morning. So this theoretically will work its way towards San Antonio within the next few hours. It's not moving very fast, though, and it's sort of building off of some outflow boundaries. So you see some of the lightning strikes, and this has now moved into parts of Atascosa County, closing in on Pleasanton and Poteet. Some light rain there, and we've had some showers up in San Antonio, but those are kind of falling apart a little bit. Heavy rain moving into Jourdanton. Pearsall seen heavy rain most of the morning, and I think there's probably going to be a little bit of flooding there along I-35 if you're heading south towards Dilley. And Canepa, Uvalde, Sabinal, heavy rain there. Crystal City, Carrizo Springs, heavy rain as well. And this extends all the way out towards Eagle Pass and even Del Rio. So this is pretty widespread rain for the most part. And so a lot of us will get some beneficial rainfall out of this. We just don't want the flooding, of course. And this even extends back over towards Kennedy. Don't want to forget about some of our eastern counties as well. So it could be a busy morning. Scattered showers and downpours will be there today. We have an upper level trough moving in, another area of low pressure out in Mexico. These two things coming together, and so there is a risk for some heavy rainfall, marginal risk, low end. But we may see some flooding in a few spots. Computer models do show that the rain will be with us. They're about midday, and then maybe a break in the action before we get some more showers and storms this afternoon. So if you don't get any rain this morning, there's another chance later today with the heating of the day. Now, once we get into tomorrow, rain chances start to go down a little bit, and the heat begins to crank up. Outside right now, still dry at the airport. Temperature 78 degrees there, 80 at Stinson, 79 Kelly, 76 Randolph. And we've got easterly winds. 72 in Kerrville, 75 Bandera, 80 down there at Stinson. So it's warm start. And we'll see temperatures probably stay in the 80s today just because the cloud cover should be plentiful, and with rain around, not going to be able to warm up all that much. So we'll keep it a 50% chance of rain into the afternoon, 60% chance this morning with some of these showers and storms. Forecast for tomorrow, just a 30% chance of rain. Will be around 92. The weekend, hot, humid, mid-90s. And back to school next week for some, 95 on Monday, mid-90s Tuesday and Wednesday as well, guys.
A very hot first day of school.
Yes.
Thank you, Justin.
621, and it's a consistent 78 degrees this morning.
Thousands of passengers left stranded across the country due to canceled flights. That's ahead in your GMA First Look.
Is that Gouda shaped like a foot?
Or maybe you're just projecting your own insecurities.
What? Oh.
Yeah.
Keep your feet fresh with Gold Bond Foot Powder. To run a growing business is to be on a journey. And along the ride, you'll have many questions, challenges, and a few surprises. But wherever you are on your journey, your Dell Technologies advisor is here for you with the right tech solutions, so you can stop at nothing for your customers.
In this morning's GMA First Look, frustrated flyers. Spirit Airlines canceling more than 100 flights for the fourth day in a row, topping 400 on Wednesday, more than 60% of its scheduled departures. Thousands have been stranded, like Pam Crockett, who tells us she and her 12-year-old son have had to camp out at the airport for 2 days.
It's horrible. The floors are hard and cold. It's uncomfortable.
Spirit saying the cancellations are due to several overlapping issues of weather, system outages, and staffing shortages.
We've had fuel shortages, we've had weather, we've had diversions, all those sorts of things add up. And when they snowball, you probably got to stop everything, move airplanes around, start again. So it's going to be a process probably for the next 2 or 3 days.
So if you have an upcoming trip booked, what's the best way to prepare for all this cancellation chaos? It's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Victor Okendo, ABC News, Miami.
And time now is 6:26 and about 77 degrees out there.
Keep your eyes open. A poisonous cobra on the loose here in Texas. Details coming up.
And one man in police custody after he crashed his pickup truck into a Southside home. We're going to have the latest.
Police here in Castle Hills say 2 teenagers who ran away from home were found living in a world of danger. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. Police have made an arrest and rescued those teens. I'll tell you more about it.
Outside with live cam, got some thunderstorms headed our way. Justin Horn's got your forecast. Coming up. Good morning.
Good morning. It's Thursday, August 5th. Thanks for joining us. It is Friday Eve.
Friday Eve is a beautiful day because it's Friday Eve, which means tomorrow's Friday, and that's even a better, beautiful day than today.
It is.
What may not be so beautiful is the commute. It looks like the commute may avoid a lot of this rain, but some people might get stuck in some heavy rain here in a few minutes.
Well, it's possible, and especially if you're south and west of town, you're dealing with some heavy rain right now. You go down I-35 towards Divine, that heavy rain's just about to move in. We've got some lightning. There's going to be some street flooding, I think, in spots. Not the major street flooding, but to be aware that some of those low-lying areas could take on quite a bit of water. We do have some flood advisories where we're estimating 3 to 4 inches of rain this morning with these showers and storms. You'll notice they're slowly making their way north and northeast. Nice little cell south of Pleasanton. We mentioned Divine. Some of this is moving towards Hondo. Sabinal, Uvalde, you've been in the rain for the last hour or so. And we're starting to see some new development here on the southwest side of Bexar County. Just west of Somerset, Von Army area, rain beginning to develop, and these are pockets of heavier rain, so that's sort of the start of things here in San Antonio. Otherwise, the heavy rain has been to our south and west. Crystal City, Carrizo Springs, dealing with rain for the last several hours. It is starting to diminish some, but still some lightning strikes out there. And we're also looking at some showers and storms down to the south, Beeville, Kennedy, looking at a little bit of rain, a lot of moisture out there. So we know that these will be efficient rain producers. And a chance of rain is going to be there this morning, maybe taper off a little bit and then pick up again this afternoon. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s to start, 77 at the airport, 76 Randolph. Forecast today, 60% chance rain this morning, then a 50% chance during the afternoon. Temperatures stay in the 80s today thanks to cloud cover, and then rain chances fall off as we get into tomorrow. With the rain moving in, could we see some issues on the roadways? We'll talk to the expert. Steven, how are things looking?
You know, it's always likely that when the rain comes in, we start to see more crashes. We start to see more issues out of the roadway. Right now, though, things are relatively quiet. We still have this crash, though, reported off Loop 410 at McCullough. You can see, looks like it's clearing up. We last showed you this shot from TransGuide where you saw some road flares. The shoulder lane was closed. It looks like we still have that exit ramp at least somewhat blocked off there based on this shot at McCullough in Loop 410. But let's go ahead and take a look at the map right now and see where that's being placed at. Here, Loop 410 westbound, again, right at McCullough Avenue. We see those flashing lights. And just as a reminder, move over, slow down for those first responders. We saw a few of those vehicles from that shot at TransGuide zooming on by a little bit earlier. Be careful and be courteous to these guys who are working to make the conditions out there safer for you and I. Let's jump over here to a stall, though, here off Loop 410 southbound at 35. Looks like one lane is blocked right now due to that stalled vehicle. Right now, though, take a look right here. We do see from based on a road weather map where that stalled vehicle is. It's right where we're seeing some of those wet roads that Justin was talking about. Seen a lot of that really down here in the south part of San Antonio, a little bit further south, I should say, right there at Pearsall and 35. We're also seeing some ponding. So watch the roads out there this morning. We're going to be watching them as well, but make sure you check those windshield wipers and tires if you're driving through that area. But thankfully, no crashes reported out there just yet, but be cautious. Taking a look at our inbound times, things are looking pretty green here if you're traveling to the downtown San Antonio area. So that's a pretty good sign if you're going to be heading out the door there in the next few moments. But one last look at TransGuide. We still have these flashing lights, so just drive safe, everyone. David, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephen. Castle Hills police say they have arrested a man who took advantage of two especially vulnerable teens. They say he sexually assaulted the teens who are runaways.
Katrina Weber is at the Castle Hills Police Department with a live report. Now, Katrina, we understand you have some new information about the suspect.
Well, that's right. Police just released his name a few minutes ago. They told me that he is 38-year-old Jason Klauser, and he's someone who is known to police. They've dealt with him several times. We got a look at him overnight as he was being led to a patrol car for his ride to the magistrate's office. Klauser is expected to be charged with sexual assault of a child. Police say the victims in this case are a brother and sister, both 16 years old, who had run away from home. They say the siblings called their parents for help yesterday afternoon. That call ultimately led officers to an apartment in the 1400 block of Jackson Keller, where they found the victims in what they say was a bad state.
One victim was possibly intoxicated from a controlled substance, and the other one was just so traumatized that she really didn't want to talk much, and that's very understandable.
Klauser, the suspect, had some choice words for news crews who caught him on camera overnight. He is in the process, again, of being booked into jail, going through that whole process. Police have been careful not to release too many details about what happened. They say they do want to talk to those teens again at some point so they can learn more about what did happen to them. Reporting live in Castle Hills, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. Also new this morning, cleanup underway after a truck driver slams into a Southside home. It happened last night around 11 in the 400 block of Mount Vernon Court. That's near I-37 and South Preston Street. San Antonio police say at least 10 people were in the house at the time of the crash, but no one was in the room that the truck smashed into. We're told the truck driver is a man in his 20s. He was taken to the hospital. No word on his condition. Investigators still trying to determine if alcohol was a factor in the crash.
This morning, a blue alert has been issued for 20-year-old Joshua Powell. He's wanted in connection with the serious injury of a police officer. Corpus Christi police began searching for him yesterday. Officers also looking for a green 1999 Buick Regal with Texas license plate CSC 1880. Anyone with any information, you are asked to call police.
Around the country this morning, the debate over masking up is heating up, and there have been announcements on the issue every day this week. Perhaps the most heated part of the debate is over masking up in schools. The governors of Nevada and Illinois ordered masks in schools. Some districts in Mississippi and Arizona will require them as well. And the mayor of Columbia, South Carolina, made the same decision. But in Colorado, people are protesting masks in schools. And Florida's governor signed an executive order banning school mask mandates. But some districts are pushing back.
We need to keep all protocols, and that includes mask wearing.
Let us get through this surge, and then we can move forward.
The CDC says the Delta variant now makes up more than 93% of new cases.
Here at home, COVID case counts are soaring, and that number includes children. During a city and county COVID briefing, it was announced that University Hospital has admitted an 11-month-old, and the Children's Hospital has a 4-year-old on a ventilator in the ICU. Right now, San Antonio has 63% of eligible people fully vaccinated. Local doctors want that number to go up in order to keep children hospitalizations down.
We have just as many patients admitted between the ages of 20 and 40 as we do over 60.
Doctors say the Delta variant is sending kids to the hospital who do not have underlying health conditions. At this time, doctors are not exactly sure what the long-term effects for babies and toddlers might look like.
And we want to remind you that the state has a mobile vaccine program. All you need is a group of 5 or more to request a team to come to you. That group can be made up of co-workers at a business, members of a family, or a gathering of friends. If you would like to request a visit, all you have to do is call the Mobile Vaccine Center. That number is on your screen, 844-90 Texas. A World War II veteran's remains are back on American soil. They were unaccounted for years until back in February. The family was notified of the findings and were able to finally lay Marine Corps Reserve Private First Class J.L. Hancock to rest. The Military Honor Guard was presented at the ceremony at Fort Sam National Cemetery, along with his niece, who was grateful to witness the service.
It means everything to me to bring him back to Texas, because I know his sister, my aunt, was very grieved that they never did find him. And so it means everything to me to be able to help bring him back home.
The funeral service also included taps and a flag folding ceremony, which was later given to the family. This morning, a massive wildfire engulfing an entire town in Northern California. The images just coming in from the town of Greenville, where much of that downtown is now gone.
Weather conditions today are only getting worse with heavy winds in the forecast. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the latest.
These scenes of utter devastation are emerging from a Northern California town where a wildfire destroyed everything in its path. Witnesses in Greenville say flames from the Dixie Fire have leveled the town. The town's sheriff's office, jail, library, stores, restaurants, and a hotel all reportedly burning to the ground. And this video showing home after home on fire, but this dollar store seemingly untouched. Local Congressman Doug LaMalfa getting emotional during a Facebook video with a large smoke plume visible in the background.
We lost Greenville tonight, and there's just not words for.
The 3-week-old Dixie Fire is now the 8th largest fire in state history, destroying more than 278,000 acres. The Forest Service is calling this fire season a national crisis, fueled by extreme drought. 2021 is already outpacing last year, which was the most destructive fire season on record. Congressman LaMalfa saying something has to be done.
Help us in government haven't been able to get the job done for you. We'll take up the fight even harder.
Andrew Dimber, ABC News, New York.
Back here in Texas, a dangerous venomous snake missing near Fort Worth. The owner had a permit for the West African banded cobra. Grand Prairie police say the person reported the animal missing from its enclosure last night. The fire department alerted area hospitals, so they'll be ready to treat potential snake bites. Police want people to call 911 if they see the snake, but do not try and capture it. As if we don't have enough problems with our own snakes here in Texas.
Right.
Rattlers. And,
That's a scary situation there.
and then bringing in cobras.
Yes, very scary. Time now 6:41 and 77 degrees right now.
Still coming up on GMSA, tips on keeping your credit score from dropping.
A credit score can range from poor to excellent, and a lower score could be keeping you from financial success.
Max Massey has the tips and tricks on how to keep your score from dropping.
Millions of Americans are applying for new jobs, planning home renovations, and looking to buy real estate, all of which is more attainable with a good credit score.
Having a good credit report and a good credit score is truly the key to unlocking, I would say, your whole financial future. It's like the best gift you can give yourself.
Consumer Reports' Lisa Gill recognizes that how you report credit is often calculated, is often ambiguous, but there are straightforward ways to keep your scores from dipping. First off, don't close credit card accounts, even if you're not using them.
It's important because it would change the credit to debt ratio in your credit report, which could actually negatively affect your credit score. Don't rush to close these accounts. Keep them open as long as you can.
Another important strategy, if you're shopping for a mortgage or a car loan, try to submit your applications with a 1-month period.
Those lenders are doing what's called a hard pull on your credit. And when they do that, it dings your credit by a couple of points.
If you do your applications in a 30-day window, credit bureaus usually consolidate the applications, which can lower the negative impact on your overall credit score. And it's important to think carefully when looking for credit cards.
Don't apply for credit cards that you don't want or that you don't think you can actually get, because that will also negatively show on your account.
Lastly, pay off debts in collections as soon as possible.
Paying down any kind of particularly credit card debt, you're not using any more than about 30% of your revolving credit.
And Lisa recommends you check your credit report for errors that could be negatively affecting your credit score. You can get a free copy of that credit report through the authorized website, annualcreditreport.com. Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Max. Well, right now we're watching the roads pretty closely, spotting a few more issues as the day's really starting to get picking up here. Loop 1604 at Military. We do see a few more vehicles out on the roadway, but we do want to bring your attention to a crash that's being reported out here off of Loop 1604 eastbound at Bitters Road. Now, this crash came in just a few moments ago on the TxDOT website. We're not seeing any issues when it comes to the traffic building up there because of this crash, but as we keep reminding you, just be cautious out there, especially with the conditions in some areas that are starting to get a little bit wet. Let's go ahead and jump down here to a stalled vehicle that we're seeing off Loop 410 southbound at 35, still being reported out there. Seeing also what looks like a little bit of a buildup there in the southbound lanes of 35, but want to show you this road weather map as we continue to show it to you throughout the morning. You can see that we do have a lot of those wet roads being reported out there near Von Ormy on 35 up to 410. There at Pearsall, we're seeing a lot of ponding as well, so you're going to want to be extra cautious. Again, check those windshield wipers, tires. This could be a factor if you're driving through that area right now, Justin.
Thank you, sir. That first TransGuide shot you showed there, 1604 Military Drive. Looks like there are some wet roads starting to kick in. That would be the southwest side there. So, yes, rain is beginning to move into San Antonio. We've seen a ton of rain down to the south and west, 2 to 4 inches in some cases. That's prompted some flood advisories. Not warnings, but advisories, meaning there could be some minor street flooding in places like Kinney and Uvalde counties, and then down towards Frio County. A little bullseye there in the southeast part of Frio County. Some pretty good rainfall. This is trying to work its way towards San Antonio, slowly but surely. And you notice all the lightning strikes stretching from Uvalde to Hondo over to Pleasanton. That's sort of the initial line that moves through, and then more steady rain stretching from Uvalde down to Carrizo Springs out towards Eagle Pass, and even a little bit of rain around Del Rio. And then Beeville over to Victoria, some rain too. So it's pretty busy radar. We'll zoom in here on San Antonio, though, because these showers and storms are starting to work their way into the city. So I-35 and 1604, good downpour there. Castroville, you're just going to be on the edge of the rain. That should be there soon. That'll work its way up towards Highway 90, maybe just west of Lackland. And then Poteet, you've been seeing the rain most of the morning, a pretty heavy cell that's just about to work into Devine, Natalia. That'll eventually work its way up towards Somerset. The rest of San Antonio, though, still quiet for now. I think that changes a little bit here over the next couple of hours. Prepare for some rain, some heavy at times, and quite a bit of cloud cover too. as this moves through. So far, though, the favorite areas for heavy rain and those flood advisories have been to the west and southwest. Here's a look at the forecast, and this computer model shows that cluster moving through, has it hanging around through the 11 o'clock hour, and then maybe a little bit of a break in the action. The atmosphere may be pretty worked over, but if we can get some more sun during the afternoon, some additional showers and storms will pop up, and we'll have some chances for scattered shower and storm activity even through the 7 o'clock hour, and potentially even into tonight. Right now, temperatures 77 at the airport, mostly cloudy. That rain off in the distance. 76 Canyon Lake, 77 in New Braunfels, 76 in Devine, and 73 down in Cotulla, where there has been some rain this morning. Forecast calls for about a 60% chance of rain as this cluster moves in, and then rain chances fall off just a little bit, but are still there noon hour through say 3-4 o'clock this afternoon and even into this evening. Very quickly, let's touch on the tropics. Want to fit this in there because we've got a couple of areas that we are watching. One that has a pretty decent chance of development, but it's way out here in the Atlantic. We have a lot of time to watch it. And another one that has about a 20% chance of development, according to the Hurricane Center. Things starting to ramp up again after sort of a quiet period. Still a little bit of dust out there, but not as much as we were seeing, so that may allow these to develop a little bit further. Forecast, 60% chance of rain, especially this morning, 30% chance tomorrow, and then things heat up and dry out. Dry weekend, 95 Saturday, 96 Sunday, and mid-90s next week, guys.
I will enjoy the 80s today.
Yep.
Thank you, Justin.
650, 77 degrees.
And here's a look at what's coming up tomorrow on GMSA.
There has been a 300% increase in parents interested in homeschooling. I'm Sarah Acosta. Coming up tomorrow on GMSA, we speak with one family who decided to go the homeschool route.
And taking a look outside with live cam, we're at 77 degrees. Not too bad out there, not at all. But just wait for this weekend. We'll be right back.
Castle Hills police say they have rescued 2 runaways from a dangerous and damaging situation. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. Police tell us those teens were being sexually abused. They say it was happening at the hands of 38-year-old Jason Klauser. We caught him on camera as he was led to a patrol car overnight. Police arrested him after getting a call yesterday afternoon. They say the victims, who are a brother and sister, both 16 years old, had run away from home. They reached out to their parents for help, though. The parents then called police, who found the teens at an apartment over on Jackson Keller. Police say the boy appeared to have been drugged, and the girl was so traumatized she was not able to tell them what happened. But they do hope to talk to those victims more later on. They say that they did find evidence that there was sexual abuse that had taken place, and that suspect is facing a charge related to that. Reporting from Castle Hills, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Good morning, everyone. Taking a look here at TransGuide, Loop 1604 at Military does show a little bit of a slick commute right now. You can see we're getting a few more people out there right now. Road weather map does show that the roads are wet out there. Use some caution. Some crashes to talk about. Loop 1604 eastbound at Bitters Road, leading to some delays there in the eastbound lane. And we're still seeing a stall out here off Loop 410 and I-35. Just use some caution out there, Justin. Some weather that we could be expecting.
Yeah, it looks like on the tail end of our commute, we're going to get some rain that has been working in all morning from the southwest. That's where the heavy rain is right now, but starting to move into southwestern portions of Bexar County. We're seeing that in southern portions of the city, and this rain will continue to spread northward. So expect wet conditions over the next couple of hours. Grab the umbrella. We may see a few more showers and storms this afternoon as well, guys.
Well, we'll be careful out there. Thank you, Justin, and thank you for joining us today.
We'll see you back here for GMSA at 9. Good Morning America is coming up next. Have a great Thursday.